Now we're live. Ooh, the salt has done its work.
Now we're live?
Yes.
Hi, friends. The salt has done its work, meaning... Wait, Robbi, I mean, some people are just joining us. El Puppy's like, what salt are you talking about, Robbi?
I just feel like when you say the salt has done its work, it's a very poetic thing to say.
It is a poetic thing to say. My name is Matthew Swanson.
Oh.
This is my...
Wait, hold on.
What? Are you...
Are you advancing the agenda without...
Are you a sidekick? Are you a partner? Are you gnomish? Or
I
are
am
you...
gnomish.
Are you gnomish?
I am.
Gnomes are so cute.
Gnomes are the best.
They are. You guys, I'm trying to dream ahead to the weekend.
Oh?
I plan to spend all of Saturday in my bed. I'm just not going to get out, except for when I absolutely have to. I'm dreaming. It might not actually happen. Every time I decide I'm going to spend a day in bed, around 5:15 in the morning, I think of something I need to do, and I leap out of bed, and I go do it. But right now, I'm thinking and dreaming of a day of relaxation.
You know what's funny?
What?
Our children have been joining us this morning on the chat.
Yes, they're here.
They're not here because we didn't tell them how to get over to the next screen.
Do you want to tell them, and I'll riff for a second?
You know what?
What?
Please do, because I also have to run to the bathroom. I had too much water.
Wait, you're going to leave me for like 3 minutes with these people?
I'm going to be super fast.
I'm going to start reading Two's a Crowd. What I would
Really?
like you...
Oh,
yeah, we'll just start with that.
We'll start
that
with
will give
Two's a
me
Crowd.
something to do. I know that's an expected inversion of expectations.
Is that on the agenda?
Is that going to throw
I think you better fix the agenda.
It's not the right... no, I'm not going to fix the agenda.
Here, draw
No, I'm not going to do that. That is unnecessary.
Ignoring the agenda
I'm
altogether.
sorry. I am just going to read to my friends here.
Hold on.
Everybody, here's what I need to know by way of reminder. Moxie and Milton on the same page again. Moxie and Milton working together, putting their envelopes together, putting their squiggler letters together, and analyzing what they find. Really what that means is Milton analyzes it and Moxie sits on a chair drinking lemonade. Milton discovers that the letter that he received from someone, and that Dee Dee got from someone, and that John got from someone, have matching handwriting and matching characteristics. So Milton is expecting that the squiggler is Emily. But then there are some other pieces of handwriting and such that aren't Emily's. So they then believe that that there are more than one squiggler. So that is the exciting piece of information that causes Moxie's brain to explode on the page that we ended on yesterday. So that's what you're seeing up there. I'm going to turn the page now and continue with this gripping narrative. All right, you guys, here we go. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. Oh, you guys, without Robbi here, I don't know how to turn the page. All right, I'm just going to read, and we're going to have to catch up later when we get Robbi back. Oh boy, you guys. This is very tragic and sad. Livecast, maybe that's what I need to do. Bobbledy books. Boo, 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 boo. You guys, you see that I'm nothing without Robbi. Alright, I'm just going to read to you. The next morning, we find Emily waiting by the flagpole. She smiles and extends her elbow. I want to extend mine too, but first there is the matter of the enormous, life-changing question that hangs above our heads like a levitating mastodon. Emily can tell something is wrong. What is it? I cut to the chase. We know the truth, I say. Emily looks panicked, and my heart collapses. You do? We think we do, says Milton, but maybe you can clear something up for me. I take Emily's hands and look her straight in the eye. I could be staring into the eyes of a deranged criminal, or I could be sharing a pleasant moment with my very best friend. Robbi, without you, I didn't know how to advance the slides, and everything is a disaster. You can't just leave in the middle of the show without setting me up first.
I did.
No, it won't click ahead. Everybody join me in outrage.
You clicked on something
Everybody
else.
Join me in outrage. All right, there's the levitating mastodon. That's the page we just read. Try to brace yourselves emotionally as we turn the page.
But enjoy that mastodon, because he looks great.
Move on, Robbi Bear. Moxie says, are you the squiggler? No, of course not. My heart uncollapses, but Emily's face suggests there's more to the story. And, well, yes, I sort of am. I mean, it's very complicated. My heart collapses for the second time in less than 30 seconds. I think we'd better sit down, says Milton. We find a bench. Emily looks like she just cut an onion. I did send an anonymous letter to John, she says. I just couldn't help myself. He's always so sad and unsure. I felt fantastic when I got my letter, and I wanted to make John feel that good too. That was pretty nice of you, says Milton. It was nice, I say. But why did you ask us to catch the squiggler if the squiggler is you? I'm not the squiggler. The squiggler is the person who sent my letter to me. Milton pulls out Dee Dee's note and hands it to Emily. What about this? Oh, right. I just couldn't help myself a second time, says Emily, on the verge of tears. Dee Dee really needed a lift. She was so excited about her purple socks, and no one was paying attention. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys. I've been feeling terrible about it. My best friend really needs a hug, and I'd really like to give her one. But we are in the middle of an official investigation, and so I try to act professional and keep asking hard-hitting questions. What about the rest of the letters? I didn't send any others, I swear. Emily looks so sad that I decide she needs a friend more than the world needs a detective. I believe you, I say. Me too, says Milton, which means we still haven't caught the actual squiggler. I think of Annabelle Adams, Volume 55. Copy catastrophe, in which 7 jewelry stores are robbed on 7 consecutive nights by 7 different criminals, each of whom is inspired by sheer admiration of the previous evening's heist. Eventually, all the jewelry in town has been stolen, so Annabelle opens up a fake jewelry store and waits in the fake safe for the 8th copycat with handcuffs and a knowing grin. The official vocabulary of criminals has a term for this. Emily is what's known as a copycat, I say. That is, someone who hears about crime and decides to do the exact same thing, imitating as many details as possible. I want to point out that I don't consider myself a criminal, says Emily. Criminals never do, I say. What if there are other copycats? Asks Milton. And if there are, how will we ever find out how many? And who they are, says Emily. And which one sent that first letter to Emily, I say. The 3 of us sit there, not knowing what else to say. The case seems hopeless. Every time we answer a question, a new one pops up. Every time we think we get somewhere, it turns out we're actually farther away. Are you guys mad? Asks Emily with worried eyes. Nope, says Milton. I couldn't be if I tried, I say. I know this is true because I did try to be mad at Emily for a few minutes in this morning and it didn't work. She's the type of person who simply can't stop herself from trying to make sad people feel better, even if it means acting like a deranged criminal. Now that we know who the squiggler isn't, it's time to figure out who he or she actually is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here's a question for you, Robbi Bear.
Yeah.
Do you have some art to do in this particular session, or do you have to wait more for that too?
I'm afraid I have to wait more, but I can show them what happened with the
I'm just
soap.
trying to think about the agenda. I had thought you were going to do some work on that during this program, so I wonder if we should keep reading McCoy's, or if we should return to McCoy's. Do you think you can do a little sizzle, sazzle, mizzle, mazzle?
I don't know.
I mean, it's going to
What is that?
Well, we don't know exactly what that is, but it might be necessary.
You might have to get out your guitar and sing some songs.
I don't know if that sort of thing. Oh, I have to figure out a lie real quick. So.
Yes.
All right, two's a crowd, read about drink water.
We haven't drunk water.
We haven't drunk our water.
People,
Friends,
drink
it
your
is
water.
time to model the good hydration for which the viewers of this program are known. When I think about news articles that are written about you guys years from now, it'll be like, that was a hydrated group of people.
They were very hydrated.
They knew what was going on the H2O front. We could call ourselves the H2Os. Or the H2Os. Or the H2Os. I mean, you guys think about it. Think about, should we have a name? We've talked about the Robbi fan club. We've talked about the Matthew fan club. Should there be a name for you?
There should be a fan club for you people.
Collectively.
Yes.
And what would you like to be called? Please advance some possibilities. Robbi, I'm trying to give you a head start here. Go ahead with your water. I'm trying to give you a sense of accomplishment so that some of that...
I didn't say my jackety.
Jackety!
Dancing.
Some of that overconfidence for which you are known might burst forth in the coming minutes while we try to spend the next 19 minutes with our friends with very little to show for it in terms of action.
I finished.
All right, here we go. We got something that says,
That's L Puppy is having some connection troubles.
Do we think it's on her end?
I think it's on your end, L Puppy.
Sorry, L.
People let us know if we are freezing constantly in the sidebar.
All right.
I mean, people...
Wait, is Alden on here?
Sidebar.
Somebody said hi,
Yes.
Alden. Alden is on?
Well, apparently.
Woo, woo. Where, Alden? You chime in. Let us know how you're thinking.
Hold on.
What?
I just said something. I said, what did I say?
I don't know.
People in the sidebar... I said, people in the sidebar.
That's you.
Tell me what
you should be called. What the collective group of you should be called.
Talking about?
I think so. We were talking about how the... No?
I was talking about whether your connections are good or not.
Oh, okay.
So I said people in the sidebar. What I meant was, tell me in the sidebar, you people.
How about people in the sidebar?
No.
In your sidebar community, please share utterances about the quality of your signal.
That's not what I was saying.
No? Doesn't that work, though? Doesn't that somehow...
I was saying, you people out there in the world, tell me in the sidebar... Okay, which leads me to...
Oh, are we going to get some pop cultural reference?
We're going to get some pop cultural
Robbi,
reference.
is this from Twitter? Robbi sent me
I don't even remember where I found it.
funny utterance.
I think somebody on Facebook...
We're going to talk about language.
Made me find
can I introduce this by talking about my shirt?
Oh,
Okay?
yes.
All right. Bad spellers unite, right? That is because we are supposed to come together and form a group. Bad spellers is not the same thing. Usually bad spellers are brilliant, smart, remarkable people.
Yes.
The part of your brain that spells is not the part of the brain that solves important problems. So if you guys have trouble spelling, like someone named Matthew Alden Swanson, just know it doesn't mean that you are consigned for a life of sadness and dismay.
True.
No.
Yes.
You are probably quite capable in many other ways. Different parts of the brain. No matter how hard I try, I still can't spell certain words. Or I don't try hard enough to. Anyway, bad spellers...
Untie.
Unite.
They got the T and I flipped backwards. They spelled it wrong.
All right.
So the difference, that makes a big difference.
The important
if
here
you spell it wrong.
Language is a slippery vixen, my
Yes.
friends. All right? Robbi is going to show you something where language gets used by someone to make a joke. Language that was intended in one way can be thought of in another way. So that's the setup. Robbi, let's see it.
All right. So, here we go.
All right.
There we go. Here we go.
All right, so this is what it was.
So this is what it was. It was a headline.
Look at the bottom first.
In an entertainment magazine, yes.
Lindsay Lohan, an actress, bitten by a snake on holiday in Thailand.
Yes.
So when I read that, I'm like, oh, Lindsay Lohan was in Thailand having a vacation, and she got bitten by a snake. However, how else could you interpret that, Robbi?
It could be that Lindsay Lohan was bitten by a snake, and it was the snake who was on holiday in Thailand.
The way that headline is written,
yes.
Lindsay Lohan bitten by a snake on holiday in Thailand.
So the way that descriptors work is usually whatever noun that descriptor is closest to is what it's referring to. So on holiday in Thailand is actually referring to snake. It's not referring to Lindsay Lohan. So this person who invented this meme, which is hilarious, wrote at the top.
Oh, I don't understand how a snake even begins to organize a trip like that. So the person is joking, saying, how did that snake get to Thailand? So the person is pointing out the sort of error in the structure of the headline by making a joke and pretending to misunderstand it. But look at this, you guys. The reason that we understand the headline is because we know that snakes don't go on vacation and Lindsay Lohan's go on vacation. If it said instead, Lindsay Lohan bitten by a dog with a shaggy coat, then we'd think that the shaggy coat belonged to the dog, not Lindsay Lohan. Right. So you can see that it's actually not a very well-written headline. It should say Lindsay Lohan, comma, on holiday in Thailand, comma, bitten by a snake. So anyway, you got to be careful with language because sometimes you can say things that you don't mean or you can say things imprecisely.
And here's the other thing.
Tell us.
Somebody pointed out over here, that's what spell check, that's what autocorrect is for.
However,
for bad spelling, right?
Right. This wouldn't have fixed it.
That wouldn't have fixed it, right? Untie is a word, and so is unite.
Right.
And so the same way that there are grammar, a lot of times there are grammar programs that you are pointed to as a student to say, you know, actually Alden did this. She had some kind of software that you could add on to your writing software that would supposedly correct your grammar. Now, that grammar in that is not wrong.
No.
It just means that the snake went on holiday.
It's ambiguous,
is what it is. It's unclear.
It's unclear.
The only thing who knows what it is that headline writer was actually trying to say is the headline writer himself, right?
Well,
so even though you could run through some software, the software is not going to make the distinction between a snake going on vacation and Lindsay Lohan going on vacation.
True. Robbi speaks truth. Robbi says something that's true.
Thank you, Slim, for the compliment on my scarf.
Slim, your text about my shirt and my hat and my glasses and how much you like them must have gotten lost. So go ahead and send it again. I know that you're an equal opportunity.
Oh, you're so kind.
Oh, I'm in the Alden fan club too. Alden is awesome, you guys. Yeah, so is Kato and so is Augie. We are lucky to have some double
Jasper.
Awesome kids. Jasper, boo! Boo!
That's we love Jasper. He's just not watching right now.
We only do this show. We only do this show.
When he's
Slim is saying get Grammarly. Yes, get tools, but know the right rules first. Know how to do it yourself. Don't rely on tools because the
tools help, but like I said, they're not sometimes specific enough to be able to convey what you are trying to
work
convey
on this tool. This is the tool to learn.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, friends.
Wait, the Shankses wanted to hear the theme songs.
Oh, well.
Which we haven't done. We've been negligent on the theme song front.
So Robbi is going to dance while we do the theme songs. Robbi's going to jackety dancin', dackety jansen, and flackety flansen. So Robbi, here, I'm going to get out of your way.
Wait.
So
what am I doing?
You're going to jackety dancin', dackety jansen, and flackety flansen.
Was the second one that I invented, was that a Dackety Jansen?
No, the first one was a Jackety Dancin'.
Yes.
The second one was a Dackety Jackety. The first one was a Jackety Dancin'.
Right.
The second one was a Dackety Jansen.
Oh,
and the Flackety Flansen, we're going to get invented at this moment. This is one of those moments. This is like if you were there when Thomas Alva Edison invented the light bulb, and you're like, holy cow, can I watch that happening?
Can you...
This is that important.
Can you click the... I
don't know if I can or not. All right.
Can you click the play button? I probably have to
Slim, I don't think we got a card. Did we get a card from Slim?
We've gotten 2 cards from you, and I'm supposed to write back, and it keeps getting bumped down.
A new card, I'm assuming she meant, because we've told her about the first 2. We've gotten the first 2. If you mean a third one, then I don't know. I don't think so. All right, you ready, Robbi?
Yes.
On your marks, get set.
The Robbi.
Jackety Dancin'.
Jackety Dancin'. Good job. Woo, woo. Good job, Robbi. Good job with the jacketies. Good job with the jacketies. Moving on to the...
Dackety Jansen's.
Whoa. Oh.
Robbi is cooler. Robbi is cuter.
Good work, Robbi. All right.
And Robbi's just better than Matthew.
All right. Excellent. Here we go.
I'm in mad.
You have to make a mad face.
That's a Flackety Flansen?
It's a Flackety Flansen.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Are we going to listen to Matthew 2.0? Woo! Knocked my hat right off, friends. All right. Good job, Robbi. You comported yourself admirably
Thank you.
in that exercise. Do you have any other requests, demands, etc., friends? I mean, otherwise, I'm going to get back to the agenda, okay? That's why I made the agenda in the first place.
I want to at some point.
Don't push me.
I don't know if this is on the agenda.
We need an Alden Fan Club theme song. All right, so if anyone knows Drew and wants to appeal to him to have an Alden Fan Club theme song, or El Puppy, you could write and record one yourself, all right? We don't have to put all of this stuff on Drew. We can sometimes take matters into our hands. What does that say?
Robbi shows ink drawing from the first show. Which?
Oh, let's show it. It's not an ink drawing. It's a watercolor painting. Robbi flouted all expectations and protocol, and instead of
So for those of you that were following,
yeah, look at that.
I added some salt.
And are you happy with what it did, or are you unhappy with what it did?
No, I like it. Maybe it's a little flecks, right? So look what it did. Originally, I had just painted sort of a solid wash. On here, and you see that I put some tape around the edges to keep the edges sharp, and so then I sprinkled some salt on it while it was still wet. So down here it was dry, so that salt didn't really do anything, but up here those individual grains of salt, they absorb the water and leave little pieces of the pigment lying there in different sort of shapes and streams. So I really like how it turned out. One thing I'm not happy with is the top part here. That top edge of the sun is like a little bit mushy, so I might go over that again. See how it looks like? It looks like the sky is like 2 mountains here, and that this is a different plane. That this is on one plane and this is on a different plane farther back.
I think when the sun comes in,
yeah.
Are you going to outline the sun or just leave it blank?
I don't know what I'm going to do.
I think it's kind of beautiful being blank.
I do too, but
you might need to sharpen the edges a little bit.
I might need to either sharpen the edges of the sun or soften the edges around here so it doesn't look
Can you do that by getting it wet again? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, It's an experiment.
It's always an experiment.
It's always
you
an
guys.
experiment. We'll see how
Anytime
it
you
goes.
make something, do something, say something, try something, it is an experiment because you've never done that thing before. Even if you've done something like it before, every time you do something, it is the first time. Anything could happen. That's what makes life exciting, you guys. If life was utterly predictable, boring. Maybe safer, maybe more comfortable, but definitely boring.
It doesn't have to be boring, but it might be less interesting.
Less thrilling.
Less thrilling than it would be.
Not like eating lo mein, which is thrilling.
Thank you, people, for your compliments on my painting.
There you go. All right.
But, there's plenty of time to ruin it, too. Just so you know. Sometimes things look great at one stage, and then you keep going and you make it worse. Sometimes you make it better. You just don't know.
You just don't know, and you try it anyway, and that's what makes life exciting, like eating lo mein.
Yes.
Okay? All right.
Spelling bee.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, we're going to have a spelling bee. All right.
I love spelling bees because I'm pretty good at them.
All right. So I'm going to say a word. Actually, you guys say words that you want.
It doesn't work.
Why?
Because they have to spell them.
But you just don't look at it.
Oh, I'm not going to look at it. Is this spelling bee for me?
Yes, this is spelling bee for Robbi.
Oh, boy. Okay,
so
well,
say
come up with some
what
good...
are some words that... Who is that guy behind you, Matthew? What guy? Oh, what guy?
That painting?
This guy right here? That's Matthew. Look.
No,
that's
not
Matthew.
That guy.
What guy do you think she's
Nobody
talking
saw that was a guy.
What guy do you think they're talking about? This guy?
That guy.
That's Frida Kahlo, right?
Yes, I think Alden painted that.
Yeah, Frida Kahlo. Everyone knows she's blue. She has pink hair, and she lives in our studio.
All right.
She just looks like a drawing. What word do you want Robbi to spell?
Difficult word for me to spell.
All right, Robbi, think of a word for me to spell, because I can't spell anything.
Egregious.
I could spell this if I was typing it. Egregious.
Hey, very good.
All right, excellent. Robbi, your word is amorphous.
AMORPHOUS.
I think that's right. You know what the best thing when you do a spelling bee and the person judging you can't spell? It's sort of like, yeah, sounds right to me.
Good to me.
That's right. Come on, guys, give us some words. Give us some words to spell.
I think when I was in 5th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
I won the section that I didn't win like a big spelling bee. I won like a small subset of the spelling bee by spelling handkerchief correctly because it's handkerchief. It's a weird spelling of a word that not spelled like how it sounds.
Here is a problem with the spelling bee.
Yeah.
My friend David was in a spelling bee when he was in elementary school or middle school, and he was in New Jersey. That's an important part of this story. And
where Taylor Ham comes from.
Where Taylor Ham comes from. Or at least where Taylor Ham is most widely celebrated.
Yes. But it's also where it comes from.
Well, it's also very popular in Pennsylvania, apparently.
1883
I tried to claim it was a New Jersey thing, and somebody got very defensive. I was like,
no!
No! Pennsylvania! Okay, so my friend David was doing a spelling bee. He was zipping along. He was doing great. He got the word Gordy. Gordy. Who knows what the word Gordy means? Who knows how to spell the word Gordy? He thought it was some very unusual word
that
he'd never experienced before until he spelled it.
Spelled it Gordy.
I think he even made it Gourdy. He thought maybe it was like a gourd. Gordy. He was totally baffled by it. And then the woman said, "No, you're wrong. Gordy. Gaudy. Gordy." So with a New Jersey accent...
had such a strong New Jersey accent that it sounded like Gordy.
The word gaudy sounded like Gordy. So you got to be really careful who you choose as a judge for your spelling bee. All right? All right, Robbi, here we go.
Poor David. I'm sure that made him so mad.
Okay, this is from your own son.
Oh, no.
Minuscule.
Minuscule. Minuscule.
Yes! Gullible.
Gullible. Gullible.
Mary Poppins.
Marypoppins. Mary Poppins.
Excellent, Robbi. I don't think we should have Matthew spell because that would just be a tragic accident waiting to happen. In fact, I spelled that word correctly.
I'm impressed.
Spelling bee is a word that you guys, or a game you guys can play.
Yes.
It's fun. It's super fun.
It helps you learn new words, but ultimately... spelling is one of those things.
It's about memorization. And learning the full rules, and then when the rules need to be broken.
Well, what's funny is I'm terrible at memorizing things, but...
You have a good intuitive sense about you.
I guess so.
Robbi remembered something last night that baffled me. Robbi doesn't remember, the names of her children sometimes, but then she remembers very obscure details from learning math. There's something called absolute value that you learn in math when you're in sort of middle school. I've heard of that. I remember it from 35 years ago.
I liked math when I did
pulled
math.
that out, and
Back
she was
when I did math.
helping Alden, and oh my goodness. All right, what does that say? we did that. We did that. We did that.
Choose a crowd. Okay, we already did that. Matthew tells you one truth and one lie, and you have to guess which is which.
Okay.
Okay, Robbi failed at this exercise earlier in the previous show.
Should I tell 2 lies
No,
also?
you
Maybe I should
should
tell 2 lies. Robbi tried to tell a truth and a lie, and instead she told 2 weird things about herself. All right? All right.
Did we reveal what the...
Yeah, we told them they were both true. Robbi has a fake tooth, and Robbi failed a college art class in spite of getting A's in every other art class she has ever taken. She had an issue with this particular professor and decided to lay down the law on a principal standpoint. Okay, so the 2 things I am going to tell you, one of which is true and one of which is not true.
Yes.
Or maybe both. I'm so tempted to say 2 weird things about myself, too. All right. I once had a ponytail that came down to the middle of my back. That is one thing I'm going to say. I once had a ponytail that came down to the middle of my back. Second thing, I once shaved my head completely bald. All right? 2 things. Which one is true and which one is a lie? Which do you think is more likely? Am I a head shaver or a hair grower? I want you guys to see if you can suss it out. I don't know if my children even know this one, so we will see. We will see. Guys, guesses? I want to know. I want some... Wait, what does that say? I was like the 4th person to subscribe. Oh, Slim is talking about her long-term standing and status here. What do we have here, Matt? Do we do jokes? We're down to jokes. We are to jokes already. We had a content light session today. We only have 2 minutes left, so this is perfect timing.
All right.
El Puppy.
Don't look.
Do I look? Do I ever look? Do I need to be told not to look? I
You
never
sometimes
look. That
often
ruins
sometimes
the
look.
game if I
You
look.
were just looking.
I was looking to see if there were jokes,
saw your
not what the
eyeballs
jokes
over there.
were. I use my eyeballs only to gaze lovingly upon you, dearest Robbi, moonbeam of my son.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Moonbeam of your son.
Something like that.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. All right.
2 goats were munching on a movie script. This is funny because goats really do eat everything.
They do.
They will eat anything
Okay,
that comes
Robbi,
in their
get
way.
on with the joke.
Goat 1. This is good. Goat 2. The book was better. Because everybody watches movies and says, the book was better.
The goat is saying that there was nothing for me to do there.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh, man, El Puppy. Come on, include a guy in the action. That was pretty funny, though. That was really good. I like that.
Why did Humpty Dumpty have a great fall?
Because he enjoyed the cool autumn breezes?
Oh, you're on the right track.
Because summer was so hot. And
very close.
Because he had a bad summer?
Yes, to make up for his miserable summer.
There you go. There you go. Is that it? Are we all done? Do we have any guesses? Do people?
Oh, wait.
Has anyone guessed?
We started talking about the polydactylous cat.
Oh, what does that
mean?
mean?
The Shanks have... Well, just wait.
Oh, okay.
The Shanks have a cat that is a polydactyl.
Does that mean it has more than 2 toes?
Well, what is something that has 2 toes?
A didactyl.
A didactyl. We
Has
learned
2
that
toes.
when we were talking about ostriches. Then we were wondering about pterodactyls. How many toes do they have?
10 toes?
Is ptera? No, it's Ptera.
Oh, okay.
Right? So anyway, okay, so their cat is a polydactyl.
Which means? Oh.
I thought they told us. Maybe it was at the end of the other feed that they told us.
Well, do you remember?
I think it means, correct me if I'm wrong, that the cat has 6 toes on each foot?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That
That's
makes
a lot of
24 toes.
That seems like a party with too many people at it,
Yes.
if you ask me.
So
if I were that cat...
tell us if that is correct.
All right, did anyone guess correctly what my... yeah, come on.
Waylon...
Oh, we have a lot of options.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
let's see.
some people think that shaved your head is true. Some people think that ponytail is a lie.
Do we have...
Was the ponytail part of a mullet? We want some clarification.
Heck no, friends.
No.
It was
a
just
full mane?
Full
of hair?
mane. Every hair of equal length pulled back
right.
in glory.
Waylon says he's a hair grower. I know it.
Oh.
Kylie thinks it's true about the ponytail.
Okay.
El Puppy says, you did not grow your hair. You know, Matthew is not a man of patience. And the fact that you had a long ponytail either means...
I did it for style, friends. For style. Yeah.
Yikes.
All right. What do we have? What do we have?
Okay. Well, that was pretty much it.
Okay, friends. When I was in college, I had a ponytail coming down to maybe not the middle of my back,
Well,
but
then
certainly...
that's a lie.
Well, I mean, it's the middle of my back. The middle of... It came down to like... Here, Robbi, show him. Like
There?
No, not quite that long. Right there. Right there.
That is not the middle of your back.
All right, let us move
It's the
past
middle from side to
your
side of your
objection.
back.
I had a long and flowing mane.
Oh my gosh.
Robbi did
I
not.
obviously did not date him at this time.
Robbi did not date me during that time. I haven't shaved my head in part because Robbi has claimed that I have an unsightly scalp.
He does have an unsightly scalp.
She thinks I have a bumpy, weird head.
He does.
And that she would not want to stand next to me in public.
It's not just bumpy and weird. You have lots of moles on it.
Maybe this is the perfect time for me to shave my head because I
Maybe.
don't have to go
Well,
outside.
You wear a hat all the time in here, so it doesn't matter.
I only wear a hat in here because my hair is so unkempt and I don't feel like grooming it. I can't do what you can do. I don't have the means of making a bun.
Have you ever shaved your head?
No.
No.
I mean, I had short hair from time to time. Robbi cuts my hair pretty short, but certainly not
Yes, Amy's wanting a ponytail photo.
Okay, that does exist somewhere. I will find it.
Yikes. I don't ever want to see the ponytail photo.
You've seen it, Robbi. Yeah.
All right.
Like freshman college days. There's my dad.
I know.
And me.
I first met you.
Here's the other thing, you guys. I used to wear nothing but plaid shirts and sweatpants. And I always wear plaid shirts that were like size too large. So I wore roomy plaid shirts.
Giant plaid
I had
shirts.
a long hair, and I wore sweatpants. I had a reputation on campus that wasn't favorable. I
did?
wasn't, yeah.
Oh.
An ex-girlfriend of mine told me that she and her friends used to refer to me as sweatpants. That was my that was my nickname. Like, there goes sweatpants, because I would also run from place to place. So picture me with my long flowing hair, my too large flannel shirt, and my sweatpants. They'd be like, there goes sweatpants, running by.
Wow, I'm glad that person is your ex-girlfriend, because she doesn't sound like she was very nice to you.
No, at that point, early on, I was an object of curiosity.
Ridiculous human being.
And she got to know me better. Isn't that the best thing when
that
you get
is,
to know
that
someone
is
better and you're
true.
like, oh, I'm going to look past that person's obvious social gaffe. You guys, beauty is more than skin deep, and so is Matthew. All right? Just know that. Look what Robbi did. She was patient. Now she gets a man in a hat. You can't spell. All right, you guys? There's something to dream for. All right? Yes.
Kylie's mom asked if you listened to Nirvana. No, Matthew wasn't cool enough to listen to Nirvana.
I listened to show tunes. I listened to Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
When everybody else listens to Nirvana, I was like,
Yeah.
do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? You got to admit, that's a good one.
It is a good one.
Do you hear the people
I do like
sing?
that one.
Yeah, I loves me some Les Mis, some Phantom, some Cats, some Miss Saigon, City of Angels, Evita. They're great. They're great.
All right.
Our mom has pictures of you wearing that. Wait a second.
This could be some blackmail.
You guys don't know, but the mom of Jane and William and Thomas did in fact know me in high school when I had other unsightly moments. So it is true. It is true. If she would like to furnish some evidence of my past, there's not much I can do about it. So, all right. Thank you, friends.
Yes, but there's one more joke, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, we are way over time for this show. We are pushing the envelope.
You thought we were going to have trouble filling that time. We had no trouble at all.
Never.
All right.
If you embrace a love of nonsense and emptiness, you guys, you can fill all the time that you want.
Hours.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil?
Because then you'll break someone's heart.
Oh,
Anything you write with a broken pencil turns into a broken promise.
No, yikes.
Because
that's not true.
That's
not true.
Because a broken pencil, if you throw it across the room, it'll knock into a vase, and you have a broken vase. No? All right. Why?
Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil?
No, I'm asking you. Why? What's the answer?
Because it is pointless.
I like that. That's good. That's good. Thank you, friends.
Yes?
All right. Bye.
Yeah, we're trying to say goodbye here.
Oh,
yes.
Exciting news.
What?
While we were on the show, I received a video in the mail from Kylie.
Oh.
It's a video of a bear.
Ooh.
I haven't watched it yet.
Ah.
We're going to show it tomorrow. Got it. Received. Thank you, Sim. Thank you, Kylie. Friends.
The rest of you people.
Get with the action. It's due tomorrow.
On your homework.
You are acting like Robbi with deadlines. Don't act like Robbi.
I know.
If you were like Matthew, you would have submitted your bear research before we even announced the bears were the topic.
Yes.
Okay? Don't be like Robbi. Don't be like Robbi. Okay? There's
like
a billboard. I'm going to put that...
You know what?
What?
Robbi might turn it in at the very last minute, but she does an excellent job, and it gets turned in on time.
Okay.
That's how you should be like Robbi.
All right, fine. Be like Robbi. But
I
don't
want to know some stuff about bears, guys.
But...
Let me have it.
Me too, you guys. I'm just saying. Don't make Robbi mad. If you guys ever seen the movie Gremlins, you see the Gremlins, you put water on them, they turn into 1,000 gremlins.
Haven't seen... No, don't watch that movie.
Don't
it's
watch
scary.
it. But that's kind of like Robbi when you get her mad, okay?
All right.
Don't feed Robbi after midnight. Robbi will eat after midnight. She darn well wants to. I'm asleep at that point. All right. Goodbye, friends.
Okay.
Nice to see you.
Goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow with all of your homework. And
we'll
try finishing this painting. We'll see how it goes.
tomorrow.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.